and welcome back to Let's Play Look Outside. Last time we saw the true canon ending to the game, but, there are still plenty of things we have yet to see, so we may as well continue on and see what else there is for us to learn about the truth of the visitor, what's going on, and perhaps get some closure for plot threads that had been left dangling. Now, I've rearranged my party, brought Dan and Morton into it. As much as I'd like to use Felipe to get him a few more levels, I also need to get some level ups for Morton to make sure he's a little bit stronger. As you can see, Morton has terrible defense. His body armor is not actually, well, it is a locked slot, but there is something you can do to hopefully make it a bit more useful. Dan is honestly fine at this point. He's level 13 is more than enough for him for the rest of the game, and I've just got him set up with some good equipment. We're, of course, going to be completing his character quest today. Speaking of character quests that we're going to be completing today, not the Shadow, but don't worry, we have things in store for the Shadow, but the Roach's character quest will come to a head today. We've taken the vote. The majority has decided. You're getting the death penalty. He will be Prime Minister of the Roaches. Wrong, Nightmare Dingus. He will be King of the Roaches and you will be dead. Who will be Prime Minister? You! Wrong, you will be King. Oh, this whole thing is about making me a king? Yes! Wise, generous, strong, you have all the makings of Plato's Philosopher's King, of the Roaches. Intelligent, honest, and principled. You should consider the needs of everyone around you. You would make the ideal Prime Minister of the Roaches. So which one is it going to be? You gotta pick. Now, if you choose King or Prime Minister, you will get a unique accessory for Sam, and Roaches will remerge. If you choose to not decide, the Roaches will forever remain split into two characters. If you actually like them like that, then obviously you want to not decide and forego getting the item. Now, if you want them to remerge and also get the accessory, then obviously you can go with King, which gets you a crown that allows you to command all of your party members to do a double attack, which is an interesting ability, or you can get Prime Minister, or you can go Prime Minister and get a sash that allows you to appoint a governor. The governor status is a once per battle status effect that you can apply to any character of your choosing, and it'll give them huge stat boosts. Probably the more useful thing overall, so will be the Prime Minister of the Roaches. Hooray! The election is decided. Congratulations, Mr. Prime Minister. You are getting rights whether you want them or not. And we get the official sash. I hereby acknowledge the results of the election and recognize this pudgy guy as Prime Minister of the Roaches. Do we have any responsibilities? I don't know. Well, we are Prime Minister now, so let's take a look at that official sash that we got. And I've just been using the eyeglasses for so long. Nice little boost to our agility, and yes, we can appoint a minister. Not a governor, sadly, but close enough, close enough. Let me see. I want a non-busted weapon in Sam's hands, because we are going to have a few fights coming up as we try to resolve this blackout, so probably best to be prepared. Also, we briefly glanced over this. Joel's apartment has opened back up. We will be checking that out later, but we are a little underprepared for it right now. Our team is not the strongest possible, so we'll come back when we have a stronger force to take it on, I think would be a good idea. Already getting the shades coming out in full force here. We will eventually want to get back to defeating the high danger shades. Let's see, Eugene has restocked, and I was hoping he would restock his gasoline, which is a bit unfortunate that he has not. He has also not restocked his acid flasks, so we are going to have some interesting troubles coming up. I will buy vinegar and Purocare, though, because acid flasks should be close to good enough for my purposes. Let me just make sure that I've got plenty of whiskeys and vodkas. Okay, and how many spare gasoline canisters do I have? Ooh, I have 4 spares. I would honestly like one to reload the flamethrower with, but I do need some fire bombs for something coming up. Not too big a deal right now. Anyways, let's get to the parking garage. The electrical room for the apartment complex is right by the elevator. I didn't really draw attention to it, but remember that door to the southeast of the elevator that was previously just shut off? That is the electrical... Huh? Where'd the body go? Where's the body? Did it get up and walk away? Like, its head was like, what? Whoa. Hello? What on earth is that? Hey, where's Darryl? Perhaps we should have some soup to get our strength up before we head further. And yes, you can always do your daily soup run with Musette to get a little bit of HP and a little bit of stamina. Glad to see the laughing fungus is still here. Let's have some soup real quick. That should top everybody off, and we should be good to go against any encounters we potentially get into. What on earth was that thing, though? Now, at this stage of the game, I'm probably not going to be trying too hard to get Joelle to devour enemies, but if I have an opportunity to do so on a boss fight, particularly an easy one, you, please, help me. It's taking me. It's taking me. I feel so cold. I can't see. I can't see. My eyes are... Hello. And here we've got Olm. Alrighty, so let's just hit him with Painful Stab. Let's, just have Joelle do some normal attacks. We will also have Dan go for a deep cut here to get the bleed going, and Morton can go for an aim shot. I've got Morton set up... Oh, please, 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 please come with us. I've got Morton set up with an army helmet, so he has a little bit of extra ballistics. Actually, while we're spending some time in this battle, and just trying to get this guy's HP lowered, this guy actually has pretty low HP for a boss. As you saw, he already only has around like 400 HP there. Marc-Andre trying to get the hit in there. Let's see, deep cut. I'll just have Joelle teeth up so he's dealing more damage. Let's have Dan get angry so that he can accumulate some more viewers. And we're going to use Morton's unique skill, Fidget. Fidget allows Morton to toy around with some junk that he has, and that will fill his lower body slot with a piece of equipment. There are some interesting equipment pieces that Morton can get that give him some pretty good stat boosts, but to be completely honest, let's see, shifts through the junk, picks up a shiny bauble. It is really not that much better than just being able to equip a piece of armor that would be useful for him. In fact, it's considerably worse, because you have no control over what kind of bauble he creates. Let's see. Alright. There, Marc-Andre is going, trying to get some more hits in. And yeah, since this is a relatively easy fight where I can just have Joelle bite down repeatedly, I am going to go for the Devour here. We are kind of at the point where I don't really need to bother with this at all, but any little bit of extra damage I can eke out of Teeth Storm would be appreciated. Ooh. Yeah, you gotta be careful when Marc-Andre does his flurry of kicks, because that is actually a surprisingly effective attack. You can do about 80 damage with it and finish off the enemy. Another 4 HP for Joelle there, and a good amount of experience for everyone. Sadly, no level up for Morton here. But yeah, let's take a look at Morton's piece of fidgeted equipment, and it's actually a pair of dice that boosts his luck. Looks like it gave him about 8 points of luck. Not exactly that useful, but hey, it's there. If you fidget enough, maybe you'll find something that actually gives him some pretty good stats, and here we've got some new enemies wandering around here. Cable Jumper and Shockhead. These guys are not going to stand to Teeth Storm, and for basically any normal encounter at this point, I'm just going to have Joelle Teeth Storm right away. As you can see, he can just absolutely decimate everything that we come across. Morton learns his quick first aid skill. His ability to use the stronger or, more limited field-only healing items in battle used to be a pretty interesting trait of Morton, but it's not that good these days, unfortunately. And, hey, what is this? It's your turn to hide. Ready or not, here I come. Where are you? Oh! Oh, Morton, no! Found you! Darryl is very, very dangerous. But when the power comes out, when the power cuts out, Darryl comes out of hiding. Hey, Marc-Andre also got to level 2. Let's see if we can't, you know what? Why don't we appoint a governor here? Get a little bit of strength onto Dan. We are also going to do a preemptive Teeth Storm to get a lot of damage tacked onto Darryl, though I do not plan to actually kill him. We need to calm down and actually start doing some healing here. Morton, you can use a tonic on yourself. Okay. Oh dear, no, never mind. Okay, play with you. I always win this game. There is actually a bit of an unfortunate thing with Marc-Andre coming into attack here. Oh boy, we've got some problems coming up. Luckily, let's get the painful stab going. Let's get Gum Up the Works on Joelle here, and let's have Dan do a mass heal here. It's going to burn through a lot of his viewers, but we need the healing pretty badly. Alright, we got the painful stab on him. Next up, we're going to want to set some DOT effects on this guy. Okay, there's a stun on Dan. Luckily, he's not taking too much damage. Oof, stuns all around. Now you found me too. Well played. I was in my shell. Let's have a hug. Get in here. Now, we don't want to go all out to kill this guy right away. We want to actually sandbag a little and play a little game with him. Let's see here. I guess I'll use a tonic on Dan, because he's not able to use his mass heal here. Oh, no! There goes Sam also. Yeah, Darryl, just jeez! He is taking out everyone. I love my friends. My parents are gone, but everyone plays with me. But they all stop playing after one game. They get tired. Alright, so we just have to survive as Joel now. It's not really worth it to try and bring everybody back on their feet with stimulants, because this guy hits so freaking hard. Goodness gracious. Alright, so, again, I have to wait a little bit before I can go back on the offense here. Okay, close your eyes so I can hide again. Alright, we'll do it. Okay, great. You're fun. I like you. Keep them closed. Alright, another attack coming from Darryl. Okay, leave them closed. And yes, we do have to leave our eyes closed. God, the stun is not going away. Surprise hug! Got you! Okay, there we go. Finally, let's do another gum up the works here, because goodness gracious, I'm getting my health just absolutely obliterated here. Now, let's play another game. It's called Tag, and I'm it. I'm always it. At that point, now we're able to resume our offense and try to take out Darryl. You're fun. Thanks for playing. Alright, I gotta go now. Here, I'll give you something so you can be as good as me at this game. My secret weapon. You get the antenniform legs. Now I'll hide again. The antenniform legs are a weapon that, hits everybody, or it has a free skill that hits every enemy. I have to use up 3 first aid kits. I probably should have bought some more from Eugene when I had the chance, but I just wasn't really thinking of it at the time. Let's get an energy drink down. Actually, no, we can forego that, but we will definitely want to have Dan spam mass heal for a while just to get some of our HP back. Anyways, Darryl was occupying this hole. Take a look in here and you can see a strange key glinting in this hole. Previously, when we reached in, our hand was just bitten and turned away. But if we reach in during the blackout, we can find the iris key. You squint and see some strange creature deeper into the hole, cowering from the light. Well, that's not too much of a big deal to us at this point, but let's take a little look at that key, huh? Let's see, it should be here, the iris key. Long, needle-shaped key with an eye-like design at its base. It subtly shifts in your hands. Where have we seen doors with eye-like features? Huh. We'll have to keep that in mind for later. Let's see. Not interested in fighting the police car at this point because we don't have we don't have Audrey in our party. This guy I'm not going to mess around with. We are just going to do everything we can to take him out right away. I'm going to nitro boost to minimize his damage. Dan, we are going to have him do a calm intro and try to spam mass heal for the party. Dan dying actually cost him a pretty significant amount of viewers. Oh no, Morton! Yeah, Morton's low defense is a pretty big problem for him, unfortunately. Maybe I should have used some healing items on him before we got into this battle, but I wasn't really thinking. Oh, Dan's viewers did not go up properly. Whatever, not. Oh no, wait, he got the viewers and then they immediately went away when Morton died. I didn't realize Morton was such a popular character on his chat. Okay, there goes Marc-Andre trying to threaten this guy. Not really working out that well. Let's get the Teeth Storm going again, and let's just use a basic healing on Dan here. Man, this guy has a lot of HP. We're having a rough start to this video, but yeah, if you notice me avoiding any enemies, it's precisely because of this. They are not really worth the effort it takes to fight them, especially when they're resistant to Joel's main option in Teeth Storm. This fight is going on long enough that we're actually running out of the nitro boost. Let me see here. Dan, go for some vicious remarks here. Just gonna have to start farming viewers here. Oh, goodness gracious. No! Ah, no! Ah, Marc-Andre! This fight's already been going bad enough, and you do that for me? goodness. But yeah, that is the downside of having Marc-Andre in the party. Sometimes he will do that, and that consumed one of our tonics. He just threw one of our tonics right at the enemy. This is not going well. We have to bail. I was just trying to farm out some heals there, but that's not going well. Let me go buy some medical supplies from Eugene real quick. Some doubly bad news here is that Sam has an electric stove in his apartment, so unfortunately, we are not able to cook up meals to heal currently. I love watching that car slide backwards. We'll eventually slay the cars and enemies in here, but I'm not exactly using an enemy that is, or team that is suited for it. Over here, we've got some other new enemies. Let me see. We are definitely going to want to have Dan farm out some viewers here, so let's just have him freak out and get a good amount going there. Go for an aimed shot with Morton here. There we go. Pretty powerful freak out. Nice. Nice when we are just able to dumpster the enemies immediately. We'll avoid the cop car there. Oh, I didn't actually open up that door. Whoops. Could have saved myself some trouble there, but I wasn't thinking. That's okay, because we need to head into this area anyway. Down here, you can find a enemy that, I don't know why, but this guy is actually has an achievement tied to killing him, so make sure you find this guy and kill him. We are just going to Teeth Storm him down, because we don't really need to, bother with doing anything else. We will do Blind Fury there, aimed shot, and hopefully we do enough damage to finish this guy off. Dan going a little bonkers on stream there. There we go. Electropede is slain. Not sure why that guy has an achievement tied to defeating him, but he does, so be sure to take care of that. The garbage worm is still doing its thing over there. Over here, we got some more new enemies. We've got the shrimp in the back there. That guy is, like the rest of these guys, some of these guys can hit you with paralysis, or shock, rather, so you want to be mindful of that. Also, I need to use an energy drink on Dan now, because he has burned through so much of his stamina. There we go. Morton is level 8. Hopefully that helps him out a little bit more there. Let me see here. Energy drink for Dan. You know what? I'm gonna give, do I have any, cheaper... Yeah, let's give this hot cocoa to Joel, just so he has the ability to use Gum Up the Works. I'm actually not used to him having that much stamina with his full equipment set with the training belt and the Crimson Ring, but he does have it because I lucked into a stamina-boosting candy for him. How nice. Anyways, we've got electrified currents running through these different panels here, so be careful not to step on them. They will quickly burn through your HP, much like the third rail in the... fourth floor Metro did. Over here we've got Husk. There's not anything too particularly special about Husk over here. He does have a good amount of HP, but not anything that a Teeth Storm cannot finish for us. So, yeah, some of these spaces can be a little bit limited for your party, and your entire... Oh no, Dan got taken out by that. Luckily, we have our suturing kit here. Unluckily, I don't really have the resources to heal him up at this point. So let's see here. Do I want to use a tonic on Joel, just so he has good HP to Teeth Storm? I think it's a necessary evil. Even if he has the Crimson Ring, we need him to be dealing good damage right at the start of the battle. So once again, do that, do Teeth Storm. Let's have Dan get an irate intro going. He gets pretty good viewers off of that at this point. And do the aimed shot there. Let's see. What's that? There goes Morton. Not surprising. A little unfortunate for us. Oh, wait. I see why I was getting confused by the viewers. The viewers he gains is equal to his, the viewership he had previously before the status cleared. Okay, now I get that. No wonder is that we weren't getting that big viewership boost. The game was trying to trick me. Anyways, in the next battle, we're probably going to have to do a bunch of mass heals with Dan here. Getting torched by that, electric current really messed us up. Man, I'm gonna have to spend some time crafting stuff like, whoop. There goes Sam also. We're burning through our suturing kit here. Suture the wounds as best we can. I'm actually going to have Dan calm down preemptively so that we can... Oh, he's already calm. I must have done that at the end of the previous battle. But we want to have him do mass heals in this upcoming battle. Speaking of, I should probably take the rifle off of Morton so that he can inflict some bleed for us, because we are going to devour this enemy. This one has enough HP that is probably worth our while to go for it. We'll go for a nice bunch of hits with the Claymore here, so let's get the painful stab going. Let's have Joel gum up the works. Let's have Dan just start mass healing the party, and we're going to have Morton do a hack and slash here to try and inflict multiple stacks of bleed. If we can get even one off of hack and slash, that's very much going to expedite the process of this battle. There we go. Let's go for another deep cut. Let's have let's just have Joel go for biting right now. And we've already lost so many viewers. If only we could get more viewers going for Dan here. It doesn't help that we're just constantly getting taken out by the electrical current, so that is also causing us to lose a pretty significant amount of viewers. Alright, he's bleeding horribly now. Let's get the nitro boost up, and let's just have the Dan and Morton guard. We should be able to eat this guy in a matter of a couple turns. Here comes the tangle wires, and this guy can shock you, so be mindful of that. Whoops, yep, there we go. Just what I was talking about. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll guard. We're actually going to have Dan go to build some viewers with vicious remarks. He's got enough stats or enough HP left that I'm comfortable leaving him in that situation. Let's see, is Joel still shocked? Unfortunately, shocked, there's just really nothing you can do except wait for it to wear off. I don't believe medication cures it. Oh, jeez. We are getting so many deaths coming through here. It is ridiculous. Can't believe we've been having such a rough go of it. But I've been pretty complacent up to this point. I'm actually pretty understocked on healing items. Normally I have a bit more to work with than this, but haven't really been getting good luck with getting vendors that provide healing items for me, nor have I been able to just get good luck with Eugene's shop restock to get bandages consistently. Anyways, we can now restore power to the building. Woof! That was brutal. Fortunately, once you restore power, this is no longer a concern. The elevator now works fully once again, and we will never see the building lose power for the remainder of the game, so that was brutal. Now we can finally cook and actually heal up our party, so I'm going to return to the apartment real quick and get everybody restored. I should probably also unlock this door. Just a nice little bit of efficiency. While I'm making my way back, it is a new day, so we may as well check on Felipe and Charlie. You feel an urge to run away. Hello again, my scaredy friend. I think maybe I could help you a bit, so are you ready? As ready as Sam will ever be. Today you will squeeze my nose. You nearly faint at the thought. You can do it. I believe in you. You approach it. Him. Pierre. You hold out your hand, and you feel something round, cold, and rubbery. Squeeze it lightly. You're making great progress. I'm proud of you. I think tomorrow we can up the ante a little further. Okay, we'll save tomorrow's problem for tomorrow's Sam. Moving on over here. Charlie at this point will have mutated to a point where he is no longer friendly, I think. Oh no, is mutation anything I can do? I don't need your help, not anymore. Okay, so he's still got a little bit. Eventually he will become hostile after enough mutation. While I was preparing a meal, the gamer has shown up. We don't need Massacre Princess, but I actually will buy a couple of his games because they could be potentially helpful to us. Let me see here. We want to get, let's trade, and we could do with Octocook and Blood Ghoul Orgy. Sorry. Let me see here. Anything, do I want to buy any of his healing items? Because we kind of could use them. You know what, I will buy the energy drinks that he has, but I don't think the Baki is necessary. Octocook is a cult hit. Doesn't look like much, but let's just say it gets real deep. Yeah. Anyway. Hey, Hellen! Looking good today. Well, hey, what do you say? We play a video game? No. Come on! What about Super Jump Lad? No. Mad Wheels 97? Come on, everyone loves Mad Wheels. Leave me alone. Fine. I guess I'll just play Mad Wheels 97 by myself. Oh, Dan trying to bond with Hellen goes poorly. While I'm back at the apartment, it would do me well to make a few firebombs and a few acid flasks. We actually do have one firebomb in reserve, so I should be good with 4, and then, or making 3 here, so I have 4. And then I'm gonna make a couple Molotovs and a couple of acid flasks, and that should do us well for a particular task I want to take care of within this video. That is all the firebombs we need. Let me get the Molotovs and acid flasks made, and then we'll continue on with our business. With all that taken care of, it's time to check out another new event for the day. Jean has a new discussion you can have with her. Hey, does her sprite look a little different? Hi, Sam. Managed to find something I could put on. A little big for me, but before. Fits perfect now. So, how do I look? Not bad, huh? Honestly, looking pretty cool there. Oh yeah. Well, how about now? I had to break the shades to fit them around my enormous head. Come on. Have you seen a more stylish worm, snake, eel, hydra thing before? Don't think you have. Well, as for the rest of me, I think I'll need a tarp or some bed sheets. Maybe a big tent would do. I'll figure something out. Anyway, enough of that for now. What's up? Sadly, that is the last of what Jean has to say. I hope more little interactions with her get added in future updates. Moving on. Over in the overgrown apartment, Marvin, you just barely missed your chance. Would have shared this delightful new gift with you today, but someone else got here first. They're enjoying their gift right now. Ah, yes, they're enjoying it very much. It's too bad. You're almost my first. Well, fret not. My friend, I just need a little time. I'll be able to share this with something else. In fact, I think that by tomorrow I'll be able to share it with many people. Yes. Yes! Bring me as many friends as you can. Oh, I am so excited. I actually have never seen that before. There was supposed to be an interaction with Marvin today, and I do need to defeat him eventually for a valuable item that he gives that will allow me to recruit a specific character. I'm actually going to, We'll continue on. I'll save in a separate slot, but I would like to be able to kill Marvin to accomplish something, so that might be unfortunate. But I think as long as we advance enough time to the next day, we should be able to get what I want from him. Next order of business, I want to grab the discs here, the Mars disc and the Earth disc. We're definitely going to want to be able to use these to get all the doors open, so we're going to have to shut off the ground floor for a little bit, but now we can use the elevator to get around, so that's no big deal. We've put it off for long enough. Let's take care of the garbage worm now. Not too much to say about this battle in Cursed mode, honestly. It's pretty similar to how it is normally. We will hit him with the painful stab. We're just going to have Joelle get straight into spamming Teeth Storm. We are going to have Dan just do repeated freakouts on the worm. And I have Morton equipped with the flamethrower right now, but I don't want him to actually use it, so we're just going to have him throw items at the worm. Not our acid flasks or fire bombs, though. I do want to hang on to those. There we go. And Dan will be a little incapable of doing anything else while he is freaking out, but that's okay. As you can see, the worm does have quite a lot of HP. That was 1,490 there. But luckily, he also has multiple actions. Here comes Marc-Andre with his flurry of kicks, and that is the one move that he can do that is actually quite useful. He can accomplish more than you'd expect with that. Let me see, yeah, so Dan is freaking out. Do we have any blood clot bombs? We do not. I probably should go get more of those. We'll use up our throwing darts here, because I'm not going to use these on anything else, so I may as well do something with them. The worm head cannot actually be devoured by Joelle, so don't even bother setting up for it. His death is on a script, or a scripted scenario, where he just he dies after his HP is depleted, after the turn is ended. Marc-Andre restored some of Sam's stamina, but that is not that important for us. Let's just keep up the pressure with the jump attacks. Might want to use a tonic on Joelle, just to make sure that he's consistently doing good damage. By the way, you can combine vodkas with Purocares to also make tonics, so that is an option I have for getting more of those. Of course, the really valuable option for, hey, we actually managed to kill the janitor there. I didn't even think he had enough HP to be killed. Ooh, is Marc-Andre gonna get the kill here? Well, if he actually hit, he would get the kill. So yeah, we haven't done enough damage to this guy to actually get him to drop the key yet, but we should be just about there. Going to roast him with vicious remarks, do another Teeth Storm, and that should be enough. There we go. Alrighty, hey, and a free tonic. Let's go grab our key, and we are going to be also opening all the doors available for us to open on the ground floor. Now that we have, actually, I still don't have the Neptune disc, or the Uranus disc, rather. I do still need to get that one. Well, we should be able to get that one in a little bit. For right now, I want to make sure I can get a very particular, set of doors open, and I think I have a combination of discs that should allow me to do that. So, back to the ground floor. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to get the Silver Magnum or the Saturn disc, which the Saturn disc does have a purpose now. Does Joel have bleed on him or something? Oh, he's poisoned. Forgot about that. We're just going to wait for it to run out. There we go. Yeah, if I used that medication there, that would have just been a complete waste, because he had just one more step to go. Well, while we're in the area, why don't we talk to Jasper real quick? Hello again. The end is drawing nearer. We don't have much time. How can I help? With every passing moment, our chance to communicate with the visitor grows smaller. We must find offerings. Well, let's talk real quick. Jasper, I need you to tell me about Sybil. We were good friends. Why do you ask about her? Where is she now? I don't know how to answer this. She's gone, and she's everywhere. But most of her is in her home, apartment 12. I don't have the strength to set foot in that place again. To see her like this. Why do you ask about her? Do you have her notes? Anything? She kept some research notes back home in her office. I don't know where she kept the rest. I couldn't find anything when I was there, but then again, I couldn't really think straight at the time. If you can find anything, please show me. Why do you ask about her? Well, how can I get into apartment 12? Last time I walked past it, her mass was blocking the front door. I didn't want to step on her. If you find a way through, maybe you'll be able to get inside with this. And we get the stained key from Jasper. This will allow us to fully explore apartment 12. The apartment supposedly, well, at the very least, occupied by someone named Sybil. You know, my neighbor has the same name as your leader. Your neighbor is also named Sybil? That is certainly an interesting coincidence. But no, that is not our founder. She is no longer with us. If she is even still alive, she is unable to communicate. We can only hope she is in no pain. Alright, but yes, with that little dialogue sequence resolved, we can now access apartment 12 in its totality. We're not going to do that just yet. Let me see, can we get this with the Sun disc and the Neptune disc? Yes, that does work. Let me see, though. What was this one? Because I might need the Uranus disc to get through this one. Let's see, number 15. We've got the we need the Sun to get that one. We also have the Pluto disc, but I don't think we have anything that adds with it in order to get it. So, yeah, we will have to actually get the, what is it? Blah, blah, blah. My brain just shut down. The Uranus discs. So let's grab these discs back. I'm actually going to get Lay in my party, and the next thing we're going to do is we are going to resolve Dan's character quest. We've been putting that off for a while. Back at it again on the second floor. Now, there's obviously a very big change here. You probably noticed that water leaking out from under that door when we first got here. We're going to be checking that out eventually, but there is a whole new area to go through. Our first order of business, though, is Dan's apartment. The door to apartment 25. It's locked. Okay, this is my apartment. I'll open this. The Neo Duo is in my room, in the back. We should, be quiet. Daniel! Is that you? Shit. Hi, Mom. I've been watching your stream, Daniel. Come out to the living room. Well, hey, at least his mom is supportive. Let's, though, we're just going to quickly raid all her stuff. Get some pizza bites and some TV dinners. Very Dan-esque food to find in the fridge. What's over here? This door won't open. Well, I guess we have no choice. This place feels... Dan, your apartment feels a little off. No, I need to see Mom now. Let's go. Well, okay, let's actually, I thought the game was gonna stop us from entering, but yeah, let's see his mother. There you are, Daniel! Been away for so long! Why haven't you come back? Oh, I've just been really busy, Mom. I'm here to pick up the I know, your video game. It's in your room where you left it. Well, you going to introduce me to your little friend? Hi, I'm Sam. Nice to finally meet you, Sam. I feel like I'm meeting a movie star. I've been watching my son stream. I know everything about you. We're gonna grab the Dio Duo now, Mom. Oh, I'll be watching. Sorry about that, man. Let's go. It's okay. At least she's not, too perturbed about you being a 30-year-old man living with his mother and still live streaming. Okay, nice. This is it. Let's get out of here. Get the Neo Duo. Anything else we can raid from your room, Dan? Boy, you need to clean this place up. Sam has a bit of a shabby state of affairs for his apartment, but it's not this bad. Alright, so... Whoa! Daniel, you thought you could leave me here again, didn't you? Leave me all alone! Sorry, Mom. We just came to get the Neo Duo. We didn't mean to bother you. Bother me? No! I want you to stay longer! I don't want you ever to leave again! Do you want to stay for a while, Dan? No, we need to leave now! Mom, we're really just, we have plans. We have to go. Oh, all that is unimportant. Come over here and give your mom a hug, Daniel. Mom, I can hug you instead. What a polite young man. No, I want my Daniel to hug me. Well, what are you waiting for, Daniel? Here goes, dude. Dan goes in tepidly for an extremely awkward hug. He looks incredibly uncomfortable, but his mother doesn't let go. No, I'm not letting go. You're staying here forever. Mom, stop. You're hurting me. Let him go. Never. You're staying with me forever, Daniel. You managed to pull Dan free. You can see the glisten of moisture on his cheeks. And if you won't stay, I'll just have to punish you. Alright, Dan's mother is our fight here. You didn't think we were going to get out of here that easily. We are just going to have Dan, I have to imagine he'd be freaking out pretty bad here. Let's have Lay use a hack and slash here. There we go, Dan's mom is stunned. We'll go for the hack and slash. And a quick... Oh, nice. It's always great when just one hit of the hack and slash puts up a full set of bleed. And an excellent... Oh! 13, 17 damage. Oh, boy. Poor Dan's mom. I told her not to look outside. I told her a million times. I told her a million! She was always like this, but not like this, Sam. Dan, I'm sorry. I don't know what I'm gonna do. We need to leave. Can't be here anymore. We need to go. Is there anything else we can raid from here? No? Alright, let's get out of here. Dan does not seem to be particularly enthused about staying by his mother's corpse. Poor guy, poor guy. Well, while we're in the area, we may as well check out the novelist's apartment. Let's just raid all his stuff real quick. Nothing in the bathroom, unfortunately. Not even a medicine cabinet. This guy has been set up with a pretty shabby place, but there is plenty of stuff to loot from here. And fortunately, like it has so often been in previous updates, he's not particularly aggressive until you actually walk right by him. He'll just let you grab all his stuff, no problem. Looks like I got a little too careless there. The hunter had come face to face with his greatest fear. Ahead of him, the most dangerous of beasts, the many-headed Hydra. The beast had not yet noticed him, or so he thought. He crept through the brush and readied an ambush. Now, for Cursed Mode, the Typewriter gets to advance his draft 2 stages every turn, so be mindful of that. Let's go for the Painful Stab here. We're just going to have Joel go all in with the Teeth Storms, and let's go for having Dan do... let's just have him do Vicious Remarks against the body. We're actually going to have Lay enter Grinning Beast form here. Let's see here, Teeth Storm, there we go. Cut off the draft. Now, of course, the Typewriter will go berserk, but we have enough armor that I think we can get by without taking too much damage from his berserk attacks. Typewriter is losing his temper. I believe he also advances 2 stages of his anger whenever his writing is interrupted. The hunter knew it was time to strike. He readied his bow and aimed for the head. The hunter would then prepare a trick to confuse the beast into harming itself. Okay, let's go for, what do I want to do here? I'm going to appoint Governor on Lay there. Let's go for a Freak Out on him, and let's just have her hit with her claws. And then appointed as Governor. I believe you can make Dan immune to the panic effect of Freak Out if you just have him take some anxiety meds beforehand. And yes, there he goes berserk. I probably should have set up a, oh, he's doing, because he marked Joel, most of his attacks are going to him. I probably should have set up a Nitro boost before going into this. We stopped his written attack. The hunter devised a trap to temporarily stun the beast. This would give him an opening for his next strike. The hunter then prepared to cut off one of the beast's heads in a single stroke. Ooh, we definitely want to interrupt that one. I probably should have equipped some crush-based weapons here, because that would be a bit more effective against this guy. I'm actually going to have Sam go for a jump attack on the writing, because his stuff is low enough at this point. or his HP is low enough at this point, or Joel's HP is low enough at this point that he's not going to be able to finish it off with the T-Storm. Let me see. We will go for... yeah, we'll just keep going for the claws. Lei does have a different option. Oh, hey, that was just a easy cut off to the draft there. Lei does have different potential attacking options. We just haven't gotten her to the level where she gets it yet, as the Grinning Beast, I mean. The Hunter had taken a few licks already, but was still confident. He would take the Hydra's heads as his greatest trophy. Prevent the monster's written attack once more. A terrible thunderstorm was brewing. The Hunter was pleased to see the beast struck by lightning. The Hunter would then wait for the beast to sleep to strike. Okay, he is bleeding out so many HP. Let's have Dan just take out the draft alongside Joel there. Do a jumping attack there, another Teeth Storm, Wicked Claws. Man, this guy's hanging in there. Oh, whoops, sorry. Oh, he did get the paralysis on Sam there, so that's a little unfortunate. Yeah, this guy is pretty durable. Ooh, there's another Monotonous Door. Looks like he queues up two written drafts there. The Hunter then devised a trap to temporarily stun the beast. That will give him the opening for the next strike. Hopefully we can finish him off this turn. Yeesh, this has been going poorly. Oh, and Lei is also... everybody is asleep. Lei has returned to normal. There we go. Finally managed to finish him off. Yeah, that guy has a ton of HP on Cursed Mode. I always forget how long that fight can go on for. Alrighty. With that taken care of, let's head into here. Get the backgammon set. Obviously, we want to update our manuscript so that it is actually properly reflective of the visitor. With that taken care of, let me think here. Probably would be a good idea. Let's set Dan up with the flamethrower real quick. We will just put a broom in his hand so he can equip the flamethrower. We've got 2 more bursts of flame in that. And I think now is the time we can use a black ooze in order to intentionally boost our danger value. We're going to spend a little bit of time going around and taking care of the high danger shades. Now, we've already taken care of the shades on the ground floor, I think it was, and the second floor. What we're going to do now, yeah, it was the ground floor and the second floor, so we're going to manipulate an encounter with them in the basement. So let's do that real quick. By the way, Beryl has returned to her normal spot. Now, to get the shades to appear, you can just repeatedly enter and exit rooms, and they make their presence known right away when they are going to show up, because they immediately do the heavy breathing. I'm actually having pretty poor luck right now. It usually shows up pretty quickly once you have a high danger value. I do actually want to defeat one of these guys because we need a little bit more experience for Lei. She learned something very useful at level 12 that will allow me to take care of another thing I've been putting off. Maybe we need some more danger value. Fortunately, we have multiple black oozes at this point, so can just give that to Lei. And yeah, she unfortunately buys the farm on that one, but that's okay. We still got the suturing kit, and I've got some healing items in reserve still, like the leftovers. We can just give those to her to top her off. The leftovers, unfortunately, are not super consistently useful. They do not scale very well as you get through the game. Their HP recovered is always quite low. There we go. That was taking a little bit of time there. Now let's take care of the large shade or high danger shade on this floor. Hit him with the painful stab here. Go for a Teeth Storm. We're going to have Dan hit him with a narrow flame burst, and Lei, you can just go for a hack and slash here, and that should do enough to finish this guy off. Alright, spray some liquid fire real quick, and a Teeth Storm should finish this guy off. Not a big deal at all. 600 experience acquired, and Rampage has been learned. Rampage is the final beast skill that Lei learns, and it is quite good. Well, unfortunately, we can't see her Grinning Beast skills from here, but it is a randomly distributed 4-hit strike attack, or crush attack, rather. So it deals excellent damage to things that are crush weak, like the enemies that we can fight inside this apartment. Yes, it's time to finally clear this place out. There's a fridge with food inside. I've actually had that fridge be empty before, so I'm wondering if that's like a random thing that can occur. Anyways, we're going to want to equip baseball bats for this area, because all of the enemies here are pretty substantially weak to crush-based skills, and it's a good idea to go all out with them. Let's see, we'll give the rolling pin to Lei, rather. she's mostly going to be relying on Rampage. Dan, we're also going to take the flamethrower away, give him a metal bat, or actually we can give him the sledgehammer, and that should do good for us. We're actually going to save Clyde for last. We are going to take on the rest of his brood in here, because his fight is by far the most substantially different. So we're going to grab all of Jennifer's stuff, and then finally take her out. To defeat Jennifer as easy as possible, remember, we can't use Painful Stab with crush weapons. It is just a good idea to spam Home Run, spam Teeth Storm, do Power Smashes to try and, For some reason, Dan's not able to use, oh no, wait, I gave him the sledgehammer, never mind. I was thinking about giving him a bat, but I gave him that sledgehammer instead. Going for the Power Smash to stun Jennifer is still a pretty good idea. Oof! Big damage there. Unfortunate. Let's have Joelle do a gum up the works to heal himself a little bit. Let's do Power Smash, and let's check out the power of Rampage. And remember, she is going to be weak to each of these hits. There we go. Oh, it's 3 hits. Sorry. Misspoke earlier when I said it was a, what is it, a 4-hit skill. Keep going for the Power Smashes here, and just keep doing Rampages, and Jennifer should go down with little difficulty. Set up a biting armor on Joelle so that it is ready for the next battle we get into. Get Jennifer's key. Everybody in this apartment now drops a key. Oh, we've got our last suturing kit used up there. The suturing kit has run out of supplies. Unfortunately, I don't have any band-aids to, or bandages to treat Sam's bleeding there, so we're just going to have to suffer that for a little bit. Actually, we, first off, we need to use some energy drinks here, but also, I'm probably gonna have Dan calm down and use some healing skills on Sam. We pretty desperately need that. And just single target healing for Sam. Up in here, we'll have August next, and thankfully we also have a first aid kit over here. So what we're gonna do is, ooh, yeah, he's also got some allies to help him out. We're going to go for home runs on him. We're going to go for Teeth Storms here. We are going to do healing on Sam here. And Lei, we're actually going to do some Power Smashes off to the side, just in case these kids survive the Teeth Storm. Not exactly guaranteed, but just to err on the side of caution. Okay, that was a little unnecessary. Hopefully, Joelle's biting armor will draw the brunt of this guy's attacks. Ugh, Lei took way too much damage there. That's unfortunate. Oh, so that was just funny. Joelle did a counterattack on Marc-Andre there. Do Teeth Storm there. I was going to do a mass heal, but now we actually need to heal up Lei there. Let's go for Power Smash here and hopefully get a stun onto August. There we go. And do another home run here. We should have him down after a couple of turns of force. Unfortunately, Marc-Andre not being super helpful this go-around. Let's see here, yeah, Teeth Storm, do a mass heal on everyone, do another Power Smash. Not going to bother setting up the Grinning Beast here, because it's a little unnecessary for this battle. We should be able to get through it with conventional force, like so, like so. Joelle is now level 20. It's worth noting that 20 is the level cap. Joelle will no longer gain any more stats at this point in the game, but he can still devour some enemies for a little bit of HP boost. Not exactly necessary, but it is an option. Let me see here. Going to energy drink these two again. And what we're going to do now is finally get into the battle with Clyde. This is the most modified battle of the Bug family here, so I want to make sure I'm going into this fully prepared. Do I want to use a tonic preemptively? Yeah, I do. We are going to have Lei set up the Grinning Beast here, because Clyde has his family. Get him! We're eating good tonight! I love blood! One at a time, kids, just like I showed you. Yes, Clyde has his whole family with him now. Rapscallion, Rascal, Scamp, and Angel. Feel kind of bad about killing a bug baby, but that is okay. Oh, I should have healed up Joelle also. Let's just go for another mass heal here. Set up the... Oh, actually, you know what? No, I need to... now that I think about it, I need to actually use a... tonic on Joelle here so that Teeth Storm will deal enough damage. Let's go for mass heal here, and let's get the Grinning Beast set up real quick. There we go. Not particularly powerful, but that's okay. With Teeth Storm, we will take care of most of Clyde's family in a single shot. Wow, Angel is surprisingly resilient there. Clyde attacks, but I'm not too concerned about him. Clyde rolls up into a ball. That does mean he will go for counterattacks now, but that is okay. Let's actually appoint the governor status onto Lay there. Let's go for another... Well, actually, let's go gum up the works. Let's have Dan get angry so that he can get some viewers going, and we'll have Lay go for a rampage. Oof, there's the spinning ball attack, and rampage from Lay there. Let me see. Okay, this should finish Clyde off if one more kick connects with him. There we go. Killing her first words. Violence! And yes, here comes Angel. Ooh, Angel of Death, in fact. Angel's Flyball is a very powerful skill, so be mindful of that. If you get nailed with that, that can be bad times, bad times. I'm actually going to have Dan use a energy drink on Lay to make sure she's able to use Rampage in the next turn. Angel is still vulnerable to strike skills, but as you can see, or crush skills, but as you can see, she has got some pretty high defenses, so we need to keep up the offense here. Go for Teeth Storm once again. Let's have Dan do a Freak Out to go for the stun, and do another Rampage. There we go. Okay. Not too bad, not too bad. We were able to clear that out with minimal difficulty, get an explosive and Angel's Bat, as well as Clyde's Key. Angel's Bat is a pretty powerful weapon. Look at those boosts to all of your stats. However, it does not have any special protections against being damaged. In fact, the first time I equipped it, I went to go for a home run with it, and it immediately lost its power on the first swing. If it loses its power, it becomes a normal metal bat. So you might want to use it sparingly. Fortunately, attacks with low chances to damage your weapons, such as Jump Attack, are still perfectly viable to use with it against crush vulnerable foes. We're going to raid their bathroom, and oh, I needed those bandages desperately. Inside their bathroom, we finally find the Uranus disc. On Cursed mode, the disc is moved to here. We've finally got that at our disposal, so now we have all but one of the discs in the game. Actually, no, there's still others we need to grab, but we're heading towards the ground floor anyway. So I may as well quickly grab the other disc that we have yet to get here. We got the Mercury disc from the Frozen apartment, but we still need the Venus disc from the bathroom. And conveniently, we've got the janitor's keys now, so we can start raiding all the janitor's closets. We can get the herbicides over here, as well as the acid sprayer, which is actually a pretty worthwhile weapon to use on Cursed mode. The acid sprayer is similar to the flamethrower, but it deals acid damage instead, and it is loaded with herbicides, so if you have a good supply of herbicides, you can have a pretty reliable form of acid damage at your disposal. It's not as strong as acid flasks, but still good enough in its own right. Anyways, the reason I cared about the herbicides there is because we can now get into the bathroom over here. So let's just clear the fungal growth out of the way here. Go back into this bathroom. Another first aid station for me to raid, which I am so thankful for. We've been brutal on healing items at this point. We haven't had all the healing that we've really needed. Get this Venus disc over here, and it's not really necessary, but we may as well kill this enemy right here, Famine. They aren't anything I'm particularly worried about. We'll just go for Teeth Storm. We'll have Dan do a Freak Out. Lay, you can just do whatever, honestly. There we go. That guy's stunned, so now we can just Teeth Storm it with impunity. Okay. I do have to remember to actually get the flamethrower equipped once again. Go for another Teeth Storm here. See, we can't freak out anymore, so we'll just leave that as it lies. And let's go for a Power Smash. There we go. And this next Teeth Storm will finish it off. That's what I was hoping for. Alrighty. Get a raw chicken from that. Now, pay close attention to that toilet there. Just keep an eye on it. Some scribbles scratched onto the stall. It's a raunchy poem. Over here. Some scribbles scratched on the stall. Most of it is legible. Danger, stay away. Don't use toilets. It's dangerous. It would have less listened to them. I should have listened to them. Don't listen. Just sit and relax. Let's see here. Should you toss something in the toilet? Not quite. It's now in the toilet. Why did you do this? You fish it back out of the toilet water. Yuck. That was pretty stupid. This one over here, Sam's bleeding has stopped. Water in the toilet bowl is pitch black. Well, reach inside. Nothing. Oh, Sam. Okay, but yeah, there we go, there we go. You see it? You see it? There's an eye in that toilet. An eye. Bored and shitting under the stall. Chloe sucks. Does this one say something different? Tally marks made for every time they use this toilet? They're 24. Impressive. If for a given definition of impressive, I suppose. Anyways, let's move on to the next shade. Here we go. Just gonna take care of some business in your apartment real quick, Frederick. Let me see, how much HP does Joel have? Just gonna use a bandage on him real quick to make sure he has enough to finish this off with a single teeth storm. We will do jump attack here. Not even gonna bother with painful stab, because the fight's not gonna go long enough for that to matter. Do a narrow flame burst, and Lay, you can just go for hack and slash here. There we go. Liquid fire sprayed out. Hack and slash coming through. And finally, the teeth storm should finish this guy off. Looks like he got his strike in first, but that's okay. That is another high danger shade taken care of. We get the black ooze there, level cap for Sam, and now Dan can run an ad. If you have Dan run an ad, that will allow him to generate additional revenue for you, and then say more renewable source of money in the game, though not something I really care to use. Anyways, we've got one last shade to take care of. Ugh, this one was taking its sweet time to show up. I had to go in and out of so many doors. We feel a bit itchy as we get into this battle, but that shouldn't impede us too much. Let's go for the Teeth Storm. Let's have Dan do a narrow flame burst. I was actually tempted to have him freak out there just to generate a bunch of viewers. Alright, get that going. Liquid fire once again just does wonderful damage there. Oh, he actually inflicted a unique status ailment on Dan there, Madness. It's basically an alternative confusion ailment that just guarantees that much like Charm, the person afflicted is going to act against your interests. I believe it also has a DOT effect mixed in. But now we have officially killed all the high danger shades. They will never appear again. There is a secondary benefit to doing that, but we'll go over in a bit. Hey, Dan. Do you want to talk? I'm alone now. I don't have anyone. I'm alone. Hey, come on. You're not alone, Dan. Okay. Dan puts his hands over his eyes as if to hold back tears. He inhales deeply, bites his lower lip to stifle a whimper. There's silence for a long moment. Oh, baby! Did you catch that, Dan Nation? That was live, right? That was premium Dan content, only available with the man with the plan. Dan, baby! Looks like we've got an ad break coming up, so stay tuned for more exclusive Dan content. And we're back, Dan Nation! Are you gamers ready for the Neo Duo contest of a lifetime? You better be, because today we've got... Looks like Dan's trying to just bury his feelings a little bit. But with that, the gamer's burden is completed. And now Dan is putting his all into his streaming, because, well, doesn't really have anything else going on in his personal life at this point. Alright, I think it's time we finally check out what's going on with the toothy apartment over there. So let's just save real quick and also take an opportunity to get our health back up. And this spoon. This is a slightly tarnished but perfectly usable soup spoon. But it's not nearly as efficient as this spoon, you see? The deep curvature of the basin allows for a greater volume of fluid. Huge woman, are you familiar with tablespoons? It's for measuring, but can be used for soup if one desires. And this is a plastic spoon, which... Oh, Hellen, your taciturn nature works against you there. I think it's time for Felipe to get a chance to stretch his wings again, after we've gotten so much accomplished with Lay already. Anyways, as you can see, this place has gone through it quite a bit. Oh boy, this is grody. Over this way, you find a fleshy pair of boots with teeth lining the bottom. Get the biting boots. Hey, what's that over there? You know, this whole area looks kind of familiar. Well, nothing to really worry about right now, but now in the toothy apartment, there are tons of new encounters and new items to be found. Over here... It's hard to believe this massive jaws and teeth and gums was once a small child. Waves of gummy flagella undulate as it breathes. It seems connected to the teeth and gums that cover the whole apartment. Should you approach it? Yeah. Ben. The creature reacts to your approach. Whips of gummy flesh wave hypnotically, as if sensing your presence. A curling, twisting root-like appendage approaches your face. Teeth emerge and sink along its length. The cluster of teeth pulse in and out of the gummy flesh. They spread out like fingers as they approach your face. The root-like tendrils seem to sense you. One grasp at your finger. The teeth along the limb lightly grip on your skin. Other tendrils examine Joel. He reaches out to touch one and gently wraps it around his right hand. Do you think it's still him in there, Mr. Sam? It's gotta be. Hi, Ben. I'm glad you're still around. As you step away from the creature, Joel hesitates to follow. He wordlessly stares at it. The creature's gummy tendril remains curled around Joel's hand. Joel gently pulls the army guy figure from his pocket and holds it for the monster to inspect. Do you recognize this, Ben? The tendril curls around the army guy, and after a moment, more meaty limbs emerge from the tree to embrace Joel. It really is him. He's still in there, Mr. Sam. He's still my brother. What's it like to be a tree, Ben? Did you lose your teeth in the winter? You're not sure if you can understand Joel's question, but it clearly reacts to his voice, the rolling mass of teeth vibrating to the sound like a speaker's diaphragm. I hope you can still play video games, Ben. I still haven't beaten Kill to Shoot. Maybe you can help us through it. The meaty limbs let go of Joel. Okay, we need to go for now. See you later, Ben. We'll bring you some snacks, maybe comic books, like the time you were sick and missed school for almost a week. Remember that? Yes, Ben is still alive, and touching base with him, if you've talked with him in the early game and you have Joel in the party, that has some pretty serious benefits. Anyways, here's Clint. Did you take her away? Did you take her away? Oh boy, he's going through it. Let's just take him out. Let's go for a freak out with Dan here. Get his viewership up a little bit. Felipe can go for a hack and slash here. Unfortunately, we could not get the. Oh right. Oh, that's unfortunate. That was some serious damage. Where is she? Want to hold her? Oh, Marc-Andre executes a bizarre dance. I was hoping we get to see the other thing that could happen there. For defeating a fully mutated Clint, you can get a tooth knife. A gnarled tooth fashioned into a knife. Short reach but deadly. Causes bleed. Everything here is weak to pierce, so we want to go for that. Unfortunately, our Azure Greatsword has taken some nasty damage there. Let's go with the Patchwork Club for Felipe here. And continuing on over here, if there is a fully mutated Clint, as you probably would imagine, there is a fully mutated Madison. Rosie, Rosie, Rosie. Oh boy, I feel like at this point I'm doing her a favor by finishing her off. Goodness gracious, lady. Alright, have Dan do another freak out there, and we will just have Felipe go for a normal attack with the Patchwork Club. Fortunately, we got the stun that time, so we shouldn't have to worry about too much damage coming out from Madison. That was surprisingly underwhelming, truth be told. And also, we didn't get what I was hoping for there. A special interaction can happen at the end of each turn in battle in the Toothy apartment. There we go. Madison is out, and we get a Tooth Hammer, an incredibly powerful crush-based weapon. You only get it if you defeat a fully mutated Madison. A hefty hammer covered in fangs may cause both bleed and stun. Well, it'll cost him some agility, but why don't we have Felipe use that just for the fun of it, really? Anyways, oh boy. A nasty place we found ourselves in. There are a ton of tooth-based enemies in here. The fleshy tunnels tremble. So let's go for jump attack on this guy, tooth storm on this guy. Let's have Dan, once again, just freak out. We're going to be having Dan freak out constantly in order to just deal the biggest damage possible, or rather get the most viewers possible. Incidentally, you notice there, the Tooth Hammer has Hack and Slash. Very unusual for a crush-based weapon, and pretty nice to have. Felipe has learned his next skill, Putrefaction. Putrefaction inflicts enemies with many, many status ailments, such as Acidify, Shock, I believe Charm is also mixed in there. But it only works if the enemy is afflicted with Spore Poison. And Spore Poison, reminder, only sticks 50% of the time, so it is remarkably difficult to actually get that to work. I'm wondering if we're actually going to be able to see the fleshy tunnels help us out like they are supposed to, but we're being so efficient at killing things. Oh, we might have a chance here. Depends on if Felipe's hammer takes this guy out. It did not. Ooh, huge damage there. There we go. If you talk to Ben, he actually manipulates the fleshy tunnels here. Or rather, you made Ben happy. He manipulates the fleshy tunnels here to attack the enemies for you. A fleshy handgun. Got the jaw revolver. The heck is the jaw revolver? Well, it is a one-handed magnum type gun that, like the other magnums, holds up to 6 bullets. Unlike the other magnums, it is not loaded with bullets. Instead, the teeth guns can be loaded with your HP. As long as you have HP to spend, you can load up these teeth guns. So that is actually quite useful. I'm actually going to give Angel's Bat to Dan here, since I'm mostly going to be having him use the tooth revolver or freaking out to deal damage. Let's use just a couple bandages on Felipe there. If we get a chance in the next battle, as a matter of fact, let me calm Dan down preemptively. We'll want to use some mass healing now to get everybody recovered a little bit. Not that it matters too much for Joel. There are a number of other worthwhile things to find here in the Tooth Dungeon, so definitely search thoroughly. Like over here, a healing spray. It's been a while since we've seen one of these, and honestly, I'm pretty desperate for this, so we'll absolutely want to get it. A Fleshy Tunnels Tremble. This one can be resolved with a simple Teeth Storm. Let's also do a mass heal here. And now that we're not constantly getting killed... Oh! Now I see why that lowers his viewership so much. It lowers his viewership by 4 for everybody he heals. Okay, that makes that skill considerably weaker than I would like. Uh-oh. I was paying close attention to his viewers that time. That is actually unfortunate. I wonder if that's intentional or if that's a bug. If it's intentional, it honestly kind of makes the skill kind of a booby prize, truth be told. If Ben is helping you out, naturally the Fleshy Tunnels reverberating is a pretty good help for winning these fights, but Joel's Teeth Storm is so good for dealing with these enemies, you don't have to worry about that too much. If you are not in a good standing with Ben, he actually will act against your interest and potentially attack you. Now, what else could possibly await us in this hellscape? We better make sure Joel is at full health, so I'm going to give him a bandage, and then on the first turn of the next battle we get into, I will have him use a gum up the works. Let's use a whiskey on Dan here, just to make sure he has enough stamina to function in the upcoming battle. Oh hey, we actually got another enemy over here. Let's see. I don't want to give this, what is it, a Tooth Leech a chance to do anything to us, so we will just go for the Tooth Storm. We will also go for some Blind Fury here, I think, which should be good enough. Dan goes bonkers on stream. Go Dan, go Dan. See, he's dealing with his loss quite well, I think. Not exactly, he's not exactly keeping himself cool, calm, and collected, but, you know, he's finding some way to work through it. Anyway, let's use a tonic on Joel here. We need a good amount of HP on him for what's coming up. Fleshy Tunnels Tremble. We are going to want to set up a Nitro Boost. In fact, it would be a good idea to set up any defensive boon that you can. Let's have Dan calm down, and for the first time, it might be a good idea to have him do a bless on the party. I'm also going to have Felipe set up Mycelium for us, so that we have more regeneration going through for the party. Nitro Boost should allow us to avoid a good number of attacks here. There we go. Sam, Joel, and Dan are now regenerating, and Joel also has regeneration from Gum Up the Works, as well as his Crimson Ring. With that taken care of, let's focus on the arms here. Let's go for a Teeth Storm. You do not want to win this fight too quickly. Let's boost the defense of the whole party, and let's have Felipe just go for a deep cut on the body there to try and get it so that... Yeah, it looks like his AoE skills just reduce based on hitting everyone. Ooh, Felipe narrowly survived that. Bless is, I believe, a 15% defense buff, so that was just like the... Oh, there goes Felipe. Poor guy, poor guy. Okay, thankfully the tunnel is helping us out. And that was a ton of HP. Jeez, how much HP does Baby Teeth have? Okay, oof. Let's definitely get a painful stab on that. I don't want to end the fight too quickly, because this fight does have an unfortunate bug with it. Let me see here. We will just have Dan get angry again. go. Get the pain going. As long as I can get most of these attacks going towards Joelle. If possible. Here we go. Now we are good to go all out. We want to get those mouths defeated as soon as possible. If you win the fight before you get to this phase, it's a little buggy. I would not recommend going as strong as you could. We also want to get another Nitro boost set up so we can potentially dodge some attacks. Let's have Dan go for the Freak Out once again. And now we will just hope Teeth Storm takes out all of these things. Okay, Joel's poisoned, but that's fine. Nice, he is tanking and getting all the counterattacks for us. There we go. That gets those tongues. There we go. The monster thrashes and flails around as it gets stuck in the fleshy gum of the tunnel. The gummy tendrils emerge from the wall and grasp at the creature. More tendrils emerge from the floor and ceiling. With immense strength, they hold the creature aloft. Gently, they rock the creature back and forth. It stops crying. It sounds exhausted. The meaty limbs continue rocking the monster as it falls asleep. More of the teeth-covered tendrils emerge, embracing the sleeping beast. Fleshy ground shifts and parts beneath it and is pulled under. And then, with a wet sound, it's gone, seemingly devoured by the tunnel. I think Ben will take good care of her. Sam's party was victorious. Good amount of experience obtained for everyone except Felipe. Poor guy. Let's first aid him, get him back onto his feet. Ooh, actually, Joel's dealing with an infection there, so let's give him some medication as well. In here, we get the Tooth Scimitar, a very powerful one-handed sword, and the Tooth Rifle. Similar to the Tooth Magnum, it is a rifle that is reloaded with your HP, and it is not as strong as the War Rifle, but it's honestly pretty negligibly weaker. Like the War Rifle, 80 ballistics, 68 ballistics still pretty good, and aimed shot has such a high crit rate that you can still put in pretty good work with it. Alright. With that taken care of, it is fairly late in the day. You know what? We told Lyle we would play some Mazes and Wizards with him, so why don't we get a party together for a quick Mazes and Wizards session? Oh, hey, fancy running into you here, Sam. I mean, you live here, never mind. Let's play Mazes and Wizards. Okay! I mean, there's 5 of us, and we have enough to play. I still have all my campaign notes. We could start right now. Let's start making some player characters, and then we can get going. I'll fetch my Maze Master screen and campaign notes. It's finally time to start. Prepare to enter the world of Mazes and Wizards. Hyperborea is a realm of magic, mystery, mayhem. Fearsome dragons soar its crimson skies, and mad wizards conduct forbidden rituals by the pale light of the silvery moons. One such wizard, Zalmoxis the Soul Reaver, was thought long dead, but now returned to wreak havoc across the land, stealing souls to create an army of undead. But before we can get to that, we need to create our characters. Sam, let's start with yours. First, we need a race. What, you see the list here? Let's be a kobold. Kobolds are little demon-like humanoids that live in deep burrows underground. They have a natural affinity for primal magic, but are very unlucky. Great, and what class would you like to play as? You know what? I'm feeling Kobold Bard. Bards are wandering musicians and storytellers. Jacks of all trades, they can pick locks and use low-level magic. They receive small bonuses to agility, confidence, intelligence, and luck. Let's do it! Okay, and next, your character's patron deity. Ooh, how about magic and secrets? Arachnum. Arachnum is the spider god of magic and secrets. Libraries are considered temples to Arachnum, and spiders are their curators. Followers gain a bonus to magic power and intelligence. Alright, we are a magically inclined bard. And finally, what's your character's name? I don't know, let's call back to the last LP that I did. Let's name him... We will have Ninten, the Kobold Bard who follows a spider god. Okay, let me roll your character's ability scores. Done. Okay, let's review your character sheet then. Ninten, Kobold, Bard of Arachnum. He has pretty bad luck, but is otherwise very well rounded. All good to me. Great, I've got a good feeling about Ninten. Okay, let's meet everyone else at the tavern. Okay, Dan, let's hear about your character. First off, the way your GMing is... let's say painfully amateur. Anyway, my character is Kazemaru Starblade, a Zilithian elemental battle rager. Shrouded in mystery, Kazemaru served as a mercenary in the Shadowblade Wars, where he honed his skills executing demons. He dual-wields Keyblades. Sounds like a real badass, Dan. Okay, wow, very creative, but none of that is legal in the rules of Mazes and Wizards, so let's start over. Called it total amateur hours here. All of this is completely legal in Mazes and Wizards 2.7 Homebrew Manual, which you'd know if you weren't a complete plebe, Lyle. You don't have to get so personal, Dan. You know, this isn't worth arguing over, just whatever. You can be a Kazemaru. Moving on. Hellen, tell us about your character. Her name is Hellen, and she kills people. Okay, well, you're sort of supposed to play someone else, Hellen. Not yourself. She's someone else. I, for one, support Hellen. Okay. Does she at least have a class, Hellen? Alchemist. Alchemist! Okay, well then, moving on. Felipe, tell us about your character. Hee, of course. My character is a fat, stupid, bungling imbecile. He smells, he's ugly, and everyone hates him. Hee. He's a human warrior named Sam. Ah, cool name. Sam, are you okay with this? Of course I am. Let Felipe have his fun. Okay, whatever you say. Moving on. With a triumphant flourish, you grab the serpentine scepter from the podium. You finally got it. You knew it was a good idea to break into the Wizard's Emporium. The team quietly celebrates until an alarm goes off, alerting the massive golem sentries which come charging towards you. Let's see. Let's try to run away. Look for an opening, a door, window, anything to escape from. In your desperation, you bolt towards the stairwell. The golems are coming from. Within moments, you're beaten and promptly apprehended. The serpentine scepter is taken from you, and you spend an uncomfortable night in wizard jail. Foolish. Heeding King Oramus's call, your noble party kneels before him as he speaks. I thank you, adventurers, for daring to face this ancient menace. Zalmoxis and his undead army must be stopped before it's too late. Let's see. Only if the pay's good. Of course, noble traveler, the riches of my kingdom are yours, if you're able to stave off this wretch. As you're ushered out of King Oramus's audience chamber, an old magician approaches you, stroking his beard. Greetings, adventurers. I am Ignatus Fora, King Aramus's court magician. I'm glad such renowned and daring warriors have taken up the king's mission. This is Zalmoxis in disguise. I attack him. He, gracefully sidesteps your blow and forgives you. No harm, no foul. I would search the woodland village of Grimsby for the clues on the treacherous Zalmox's whereabouts. Can you give us protection against the undead? Indeed, warding against the undead is my specialty. Azula, Fralubum, Skraloo! I have given you real magical protection against Zalmox's minions. Godspeed, adventurers. And with that, you set out for the village of Grimsby. Forbidden Forest awaits. Your adventure is only beginning. Alright, chat, how was that? I basically carried the team the whole game. Is it over? Okay. Ooh, this role-playing thing sure is hard for my whittlebug brain. It's getting late and we should probably sleep. Alright, this video has been going pretty long, but I have a couple more things I'd like to take care of, so I'm going to create a save in a separate slot, and then we are going to advance to the next day. Ernest is sitting on the floor, strumming a tune on his old acoustic guitar. Joel plops down beside him and listens silently. You like that? It's been a long time since anyone listened to old Ernest's music. Yeah, that was great. What was it called? I don't know if I ever gave that one a name. Or maybe it's been so long I just forgot it. I really like it. Do you think you could teach me to play it? Haha, sure I can, Squirt. Now, do you know how to hold a guitar? You gotta hold it like this. Oh, that's nice. Now, it's a new day, and I just quickly exited and returned to the apartment, and Hellen lets us know that she was in our room. Oh. You take good care of your plant. I notice these things. They're important to me. I'm a gardener. That's what I do. I tend to plant in apartment 18. I'd like you to come with me. Okay, sure. Good. Apartment 18 is on floor 1. Let's go. Alrighty. I was planning to take Hellen along anyway. Not really because she's good for what's coming up. It's just, convenient. What I would like to do, though, is equip the flamethrower on Dan real quick, as we're going to need it for what's about to happen. This is the place, in the back room. Let's go. Okay. Hellen's just pushing us along briskly. Now, in here, we're close. Hey, there's our guy, Marvin. Hello again. As promised, I have a wonderful gift for you. You brought many friends, too. I'm delighted. You will all get your own gift. Just be patient. Alright, we need to immediately get to work on just cutting this guy down. Dan, get the flamethrower out. Here we go. Narrow flame burst. Let's go for hack and slashes against this guy. Got everybody set up with blades, because like the other plant-based enemies, blades are just your best option for dealing good damage to him. Ooh, the Tooth Hammer is damaged, but that's okay. I wasn't planning on relying on too much. Tooth Scimitar! I hate that! Specialty weapons just breaking as soon as you get them. Okay, they're at least damaged. Here, for you. Uh-oh. Dan's been engulfed by the beast. Marc-Andre attempts to heal your wounds, but spills the tonic, but thankfully he missed there. But yes, this guy consumed Dan. Dan is not able to do anything, which is actually pretty unfortunate, because Dan is the only one who had the flamethrower, so we're gonna have to hope our weapons don't break here. Okay, that's no break on the Tooth Hammer. Come on, Hellen, hack wildly with the Tooth Scimitar. If only you knew how good this feels. Alright, his bleed was quite low there, so he should be about to die. Now, in Cursed mode, he will actually start to consume multiple characters, so you want to win this fight quickly. Dan managed to climb back out. Huh. Man, how much HP does this guy have? There we go. Oof. That actually took quite a lot out of us, but Marvin is defeated, and we got the invulnerable syringe. Ah, there goes the Tooth Scimitar. Tragic, but not the end of the world. We have other options, like, let me just repair that Azure Greatsword real quick. We have duct tape at our disposal for it, so we may as well. I should probably buy the duct tape from Eugene, so that he has the chance to restock it. Where is my duct tape? I know we grabbed one earlier in the video. Sorry, sometimes my eyes just glaze right over the thing I'm looking for. There it is! The inventory gets quite messy by the end of the game. There we go. So, no Tooth Scimitar, but Azure Greatsword. Good to go. Let's make our way into here now, at the back. And yes, now it is time for that door that was locked for us to finally open it. It's locked. Hellen unlocks the door. And in here it is. We just need to water it. Do it, Sam. Okay. Good. You water very gently. That's the mark of a gardener. Plants are delicate things. They require tenderness that most lack. I'm glad to see that you do not. I try to be considerate towards plants. Yes, you are considerate to more than just plants. It is your redeeming quality. You've done a good job. We'll return tomorrow. Don't forget. And yes, we have begun Hellen's character quest. All you need to do is have your plant in great condition, which if you give it the potting soil and water it every day, it'll reach that point. Once it is, Hellen, within a day or so of entering your apartment, will comment on it and begin her character quest. We must water her plant every single day. What happens if you forget, though? Sam, remember, we're coming back tomorrow. Do not forget. Now, the game is actually pretty generous here. Sam will routinely remind himself every morning to go and water the plant with Hellen, and you do need Hellen along for this to advance this quest. So every day going forward, we're going to have to take Hellen to water the plant in the back of the overgrown apartment, which I guess is her apartment. We learned that now. Anyway, now that I have that invulnerable syringe, which was the real thing I was looking to get, we have an important task to take care of. It's time for us to get our final non-Sophie party member of the game, so I'm going to make sure that we're fully healed here, and we actually need to take everybody out of our party right now, so stay behind, Hellen. Dan, you need to kick up your feet and just relax a bit. I feel like crap. Why do we have to fight all the time? Let's just chill for a while. Okay, Dan. Take a chance to cool your heels. And, of course, we need to have Felipe rest, as much as we'd like to have him help us out here. So, manage, stay behind. Had a lot of fun? Yes. It is nice to help out your friends, Felipe. We're going to want to heal up real quick, and I'm going to make a save at Sybil, because things could potentially go bad here. You ever see one of those blue moon turkeys in the subway? No. Well, how's about those little green Martians who are always busking on the boulevard? You ever see that? Nope. Well, did you see what's going on outside? There's a long pause before Hellen finally answers. Her response sounds almost like a door creaking. Alright, it's time to follow up from something that happened at the very end of Part 19. I hope you stuck around for it, but it is now time to open up the door underneath the stairwell. You can only open it or even see it when you're solo Sam, and once you've defeated all of the high danger shades, there's a door here. You can barely make it out in the dark. Let's open it. As you put your hand on the handle, you feel your blood freeze in your veins. Your every survival instinct screams at you to not open it. We're going to open it, though. Oh, whoops. Ah, crap. Sorry, hit the wrong option. Yeah, whoops, that was my bad. Leave it was at the top. I wasn't reading carefully there. This door disappears permanently after the first time you look at it, so you have to make sure you are ready to open it, which, again, you have to defeat all of the high danger shades on each floor in order to open it, and then you have to commit to it when you check it. You open the door, and we find ourselves in a dark and dingy maze. Moving on through here, I can barely make out anything. Oh boy, there is something else in here with us. Hopefully, you do not have to fight the shade in here, and ideally you avoid it entirely. If you do get into an encounter with it, you want to run away, though. So let's just keep on moving, and hopefully... Oh, yeah, it's catching up on me. It's gaining ground. Let's keep moving. We are not going to stand much luck against that thing. We have the resources to win one fight in here, and we need to save the resources for said fight. Fortunately, we made it. What did we make it to, though? Inside here. What are you? Hello, Sam. How strange it is to behold thee in this guise. Mine own brother. Brother? Indeed, we are of a like kind, a shared blood. Prithee, call me the spider for now. I seem to resemble one at the moment. It shall suffice. How dost thou feel, brother? Scared, honestly? Yes, I suppose this doth make sense. Thou art yet but human. This is our chance to speak, ere all goeth so grievously awry. Though I suppose matters must already appear quite dire. I fear I bear ill news. Thou wouldst do well to sit. I have fashioned a chair for thee. Surely thou art not without questions. Ask if thou wilt. Well, Moon Sammy knows the chair is there, so I guess we'll discuss with the spider. How do you know me, brother? Our fates are unfortunately entwined, to neither of our benefits. As to thy second query, we are knit together by a bond far beneath the flesh, and of a darkness no blood may match. I would question thee once more. What would thou suffer that tedious and loathsome Dan within thy home? Well, honestly, I needed a friend. Quite badly, it seems. Thou hast made thy reply, now is thy right to inquire. Are you a friend? No, I am not thy friend. We are enemies. We will bring mutual pain and grief upon the other. Moreover, a ghastly fate awaits thee, and I am the cause thereof. Not of any ill will, mind thee. I feel almost a growing fondness for thee, brother. I had hoped for some other path, yet it is for naught. This was ever thy destined course. I would question thee once more. Why didst thou receive Joel, thy neighbor, within thy walls? Let's see. I have no idea. What manner of answer is this? Dost thou not have a reason to shelter him? Thou hast made thy reply. Now is thy right to inquire. Now, I'm being very particular with my responses here. It is counterintuitive, but to get the best result here, you want to pick the cowardly options. Where are we? Under the stairs. I would question thee once more. The murderous grinning beast. Why wouldst thou take one such as one into the home? I was afraid to say no. So meek and pitiable, incapable of bearing thine own cause, greatly shalt thou be changed. Thou hast made thy reply, now is thy right to inquire. What's the bad news? Foremost, this nightmare shall end. But thy nightmares shall never end. Before thee lie manifold destinies, though not one among them bringeth comfort or repose. One such fate is most horrific, and I am the cause thereof. I would question thee once more. Ernest is touched with strangeness. Why wouldst thou deliver him from his fate? Let's see. Well, I just kind of needed a friend again. I believe Ernest needed companionship too. Thy kindness is well bestowed. I confess, thou art nothing as I conceived. Thou art so gentle and timid of spirit, thou couldst not so much as harm a fly. But I did not think to stand before thee, put forth my questions, and depart. So ran my purpose. The doom that waiteth thee is past all thought. This is not right. Nay, this is wrong, most vile. Would that I could bear thee hence, pluck thee from this place, but alas, it may not be, nor would it serve. There is but one path to thy salvation. I promise thee, it shall be swift, and without cruel sting. Now we are in a fight with the spider, and there is no chance in heck of Sam winning this fight by himself using conventional methods. It is time to dope up. We're going to use the invulnerable syringe to make ourselves invincible. And then, nay, I mean not to take thy life, such deed would avail us not. Thy fate is sealed. This dread shall surely come to pass, and all that I may hope is to render it bearable and to ease thy suffering. I will rend thee from thy very mind, and make thee but a lifeless husk. This is thy only salvation. The endless torment shall lay no claim upon thy vacant soul. The aeons shall glide past, and thou shalt feel no pain, only a numbness unending. A strange solace. This deed is grievous and harsh, yet 'tis the lesser evil. I discern no other path. Prithee understand it as a kindness, brother. And here comes the pain, but fortunately our invulnerable syringe allows us to surround. Mark Andre is here to help us out as well. I honestly didn't think he would participate in this fight, so that's something like an ally. Next we'll use the combat syringe. This will allow us to do 2 actions per round of combat. And now, here comes horrible suffering. What we're going to do is we are going to throw 2 fire bombs. Marc-Andre had his one good action there. And we are going to throw as many fire bombs as we have at the spider if we want to successfully defeat him. So firebomb number 1, firebomb number 2. This will deal some big damage because like any other shade, the spider is weak to fire. And with the burning in, that should guarantee that we win this fight before things get too rough for us. Thou art far stronger than my previous reckoning. How strange a human thou dost prove, tender in thy mercy, yet mighty in thy force. I did hold thee in false measure, I admit. I held thee but a hapless thrall of fate, a mere bystander, yet thou art far otherwise. Perchance thou dost indeed possess the strength after all. How curious. I am much relieved. Let me walk by thy side these next few days. I wish to study thee ere I return. Mayhap some key to our plight may be gleaned from thy ventures. And with that, we have the spider. The spider is a shadow-type enemy, and he learns a number of very, very powerful skills. His first skill is pain. The whole world must partake my dolor, the anguish of a curse that knoweth no end. Pain deals 1/3 of the enemy's HP in damage, plus some of the spider's ballistic stat. Note that the spider is incapable of equipping most equipment types, but if a equipment piece that goes in like the head or feet slot is tagged as an accessory, he can still equip that. So we have very limited options for equipping him. Fortunately, at a level, or well, not fortunately, he starts at level 1, he does level up pretty quickly, and he has pretty good stat gains. I guess we'll give him the glasses, why not? So what we're going to do to, let me see here. What is my danger value? I might need to find a place. Actually, what we can do is we can duck into a closet so that we have the ability to save. And I'm actually going to start drinking some of our black ooze so that we can get him leveled up efficiently by using Danger EXP. We'll grab all the stuff in this supply closet while we're at it, but yes, the spider is the final party member in the game. If you follow the steps that I did, defeat all the high danger shades, go into the door under the stairs as Solo Sam, and take the cowardly choices, but still defeat him in the battle afterwards, the spider joins you. There is no achievement for recruiting the spider. He is the ultimate secret character in Look Outside, and he is very, very handy to have for a number of the boss battles we'll be getting into in the near future, particularly once he starts getting levels. Let's use a black ooze real quick to boost up our danger value and get a ton of experience for him as we return to the apartment. There we go, 800 experience acquired, and the spider is now level 5, gaining Curse and Absorb. Two pretty, well, one's pretty useful. Take upon thee the burden of my grief, the foreordained path of my cursed fate. I actually don't know offhand what this one does. Absorb, on the other hand, I shall take thee into my own being, and from thy torment shall my power blossom. Absorb, well, absorbs the enemy's stamina. As long as you have enough stamina to use Absorb, the spider can infinitely restore his stamina off of enemies. How many days do we have left? Only 6 days. Oof. We're actually running up on time. There are so many new events to take care of in the game as of this update that the 15-day time limit does actually start to become something of a concern. But we should still be able to accomplish everything we want to with the time we have left and finish the game with everyone recruited. I am going to have to start save scumming to get Sophie to appear eventually, but we should be able to get that done. And that's where we're going to call it a video. As always, I hope you enjoyed watching, and I hope to see you next time. We'll begin exploring the apartment with the spider in tow, and I think I'll be settling into my main party for the remainder of the game, though Morton is also going to have a very distinct use coming up in the near future. But that's where we'll leave it. Bye!
I don't dispute the doubts you've outlined, but it's my right to waste your time.